October 24. 996. Hugh Capet, King of France, died. He acquired the throne by his merits and courage, and became the head of the third race of the French monarchy. 1553. John Wayland, Queen Mary's allowed printer, received his charter. Yet Thomas Green, a journeyman of his, was imprisoned and whipped, for printing a book entitled Antichrist. 1601. Tycho Brahe, the Danish astronomer, died. He chose the study of astronomy when it was a science of small repute, and though he immortalized his name, yet it is to be regretted that he should have been led into so visionary a scheme as his system exhibits, from a mere spirit of opposition to Copernicus. 1612. Sir Pecksael Brocas, for his adulteries, was compelled to stand at St. Paul's Cross, in London, arrayed in a white sheet with a stick in his hand. 1644. The English Parliament issued an ordinance, that no quarter should be given to any Irish Papist, who should be found in hostility to the Parliament. 1648. German 30 Years' War concluded by the Treaty of Westphalia. It commenced 1618, having grown out of the Reformation. It spread from one end of Germany to the other, and left the country a scene of desolation and disorder, wasted by fire, sword and plague, which was followed by a great scarcity, owing to a deficiency of laborers. The art of war was the only one that had gained anything, and that principally by the genius of Gustavus Adolphus, who made an era in military tactics, and was the first who had a train of artillery in his army. 1655. Peter Gassendi, a celebrated French philosopher, died. He was at once a theologian, metaphysician, philosopher, astronomer, naturalist and mathematician. Eminent in some, and above mediocrity in all those sciences. 1678. Desperate action between the English ship, Concord, Captain Grantham, and the Algerine admiral ship, Rose, commanded by Canary, a Spanish renegado, who was beat off. 1682. William Penn first arrived in America, and landed at Newcastle, Delaware, with 100 passengers. Next day possession of the country was given him. 1819. Erie Canal opened from Utica to Rome. 1812. Battle of Auschwitz. The Russians under Steingel and Sassanov defeated the Bavarians, who lost 300 killed and 200 taken. 1821. A new organization of the Spanish Church introduced, abolishing all the monasteries but 10 or 12, declaring all legacies and gifts to monasteries, churches, and hospitals unlawful, and curtailing the whole ecclesiastical establishment, so as to effect a saving of $44.5 million to the nation. The old order of things was restored to its former footing 2 years afterwards, on the restoration of the king to absolute power. 1821. Elias Boudinot, first president of the American Bible Society, died. He was president of Congress in 1782, a man of great excellence of character, and left his large estate principally to charitable purposes. 1838. Joseph Lancaster, promulgator of the Lancasterian system of mutual instruction, died in New York, aged 68. 1842. Great storm of wind and rain in the island of Madeira. 200 houses were swept away at Funchal, the capital. 1842. A destructive fire occurred at Canton, China, by which more than 1,400 houses were burned. 1845. William Rood, of Cumberland, Rhode Island, died, aged 98. He was at the Battle of Bunker Hill, and nearly every other during the revolutionary struggle, but escaped unhurt. 1845. England and France, having engaged by a public armed intervention to put a stop to the war between Buenos Aires and Montevideo, declared a strict blockade of the port of Buenos Aires. 1846. Henry, an African, died in Woodford County, Kentucky, aged 112. At the age of 84 he married his fourth wife, and raised a family of 7 children. 1852. Daniel Webster, the greatest of American orators, died at Marshfield, aged 70. As a statesman, in the most complete meaning of the term, few Americans have ever equaled and none surpass him. 1854. Pierre Sewell, the United States Minister to Spain, on landing at Calais from England, en route for Spain, was stopped by the French police, and returned to London. 1855. Robert H. Morris, a distinguished New York politician, died at Astoria, aged 51. 1855. James Oliver Van de Velde, 2nd Bishop of Natchez, died, aged 63. He was a Belgian, who early united with the Jesuits, and was sent to America. He was sometime president of the Catholic College at St. Louis, and afterward Bishop of Chicago. He was held in very high estimation by all denominations.